Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our continuous discussion on Bhagavad Gita, the summary study of Bhagavad Gita, Gita Gyan program, morning batch, morning session, batch 4, year 2024. Today is 26th November 2024, all right, Tuesday. So today we gathered here to discuss on this subject on chapter 7. Okay, chapter 7 of Bhagavad Gita. It is very, very important chapter. Okay. So tomorrow is Ekadasi. And also my anniversary of taking initiation, 27th November. So feel like the time runs so fast. So anyway, so before we start, let's do our invocation prayer to show our gratitude to all our spiritual masters, all the preceptors who have prepared this opportunity for us to discuss this Bhagavad Gita in a very scientific and a simplified and easily understandable way. All right. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sva Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagar Jadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvidamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Jayapataka Swami Niti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaurakada Dhamadaya Nagaragrama Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasa Charistarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Laitai Kripadai Krishna Sambandha Viknana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jala Premadya Shri Rupanuga Bhakti Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namasate Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Dina Rupanuga Viruddha Pasidanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambra Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Om Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupai Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumestam Nitasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhama Sri Jagannathayate Namaha Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Padithanam Pavenebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurati Sinam Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namsute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirai Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So, all right. So today is a very important chapter. As I said just now, yesterday, the Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 parts. The first 6, the middle 6, and the last 6. So total 18 chapters. Okay. So the first 6 is just introducing everything. Okay. First we start from the introduction. First we start with Karma Yoga. Then after that, we studied about chapter 3 was Karma Yoga. Then after that, chapter 4 was what they call the divine knowledge. Then chapter 5, again, Karma Yoga. How you going to apply, how you going to dedicate your activity in the service of the Lord. Okay. Then after that, chapter 6, yesterday we studied about, Dhyana Yoga. Okay. What is that meditative process? And of course, what they call, even Arjuna said, it is not possible. It looks like we can even stop the wind from blowing or whatever, but it's not easy to control the mind from thinking. All right. And the suggest says he gave that. He said that because the mind is like chanchala. Chanchala means monkey. The example that we have given is monkey. It doesn't sit in one place. Okay. So, and today is going to be, so that's the first 6. So now the middle 6 is going to be the most confidential part of the thing. Okay. Because as we understood that the Sastras has been compiled by Vyasadeva, but it was too big. When he wrote Vedas, when he compiled all the Vedas, compile means what? It was here and there. He took it and compiled it. Okay, we must understand. All right. So he compiled it means he took everything, because formerly the Vedas was spoken through guru disciple. The guru speak, the disciple hear, and they remember for life. But in Kali Yuga, people are short-lived, short memory. They are very unfortunate. They are very forgetful and all this. So they need to document the book. So documenting means, so he took and compile everything. So compiler of Vedas is Vyasadeva. After he compiled the Vedas, and he realized it was too big. Imagine, it's huge. Okay, it's so huge. Millions and millions of verses. How people are going to understand? Where are they going to start? So what happened? He divided into the book into four division, and he gave it to each disciple. All right. First, he translated. First Veda was Rig Veda, Yajur, Sama. At last, Atharva. Atharva was the last, right? So divided them into the disciple. So what the disciple did, they took the book and dissect further. They divide further. So they divide the book into Ishopanishad. Upanishad, not Isho, Upanishad, Brahmana, Arakya, and Sanghita. So divided into 4. So for further easy. So they just like, when everything's like entangled, they just take, okay, division. So all the 4 disciples did that. So there are a total of 4,200 division, if I'm not mistaken, 1,300 something, 4,200, 4,300 divisions. Unfortunately, 70% of them has been as lost. Okay, that's why in those days people like to do the inscription in the stone in the temple, especially. You go to the temple, they write. If you go to Parabrahman, okay, the place is Parabrahman, but the Indonesian way, I don't know what Pararabran or something like that. They call it different. It's in Angkor. Sorry, in Parabrahman in Indonesia. All right, you see the temple, the inscription, the entire Ramayana has been inscribed within the temple compound. All right, why they like to do that? Because it will never be destroyed by wind or withered. It will never be destroyed and won't be withered or something like that. Like when you write in a palm leaf, eventually it can disappear. So that's why they inscribe on the wall. So anyway, so in Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna did, he summarized. So what is that ultimate goal of studying the entire Vedas? Okay, there are 1,000 over this thing, and 100 Puranas, then Upanishad, then all these kind of lots of things to study. So what is that ultimate goal? Okay, example, when you're studying for SPM or you're studying for STPM or studying in the university, first randomly study everything. So when it goes to the exam, you specifically study that subject, because that's a question that they will be asking, right? Specific knowledge. So like that, it will come specifically, right? So first it starts, so that means the entire Vedas. So what is supposed to learn? And that's when Krishna took it and teach Arjuna. So that understanding of this entire Vedas, it is given the juice. I mean, the thing is given in this Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is actually the cream of all the Vedas. The cream, all right? Because imagine you're going to take a long period of time to understand at least first step. But here Krishna Straight away give that. Okay, so now it's a time. Starting from chapter 7, Krishna will be revealing more and more secret. Until chapter 18, he'll be said, all this knowledge can never be known by anyone. All right, all this knowledge can never be known by everyone. But you are my friend. You're not envious of me. Because you're not envious of me, I will tell you this thing. And of course, scientifically, Krishna is going to say, and now is the time that, like some ask, why only about Krishna? In Bhagavad Gita, why you, like some say, oh, it's very biased, you only talk about Krishna. Of course, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna spoke. Who else for me to talk about? Right? In my previous session, they said, oh, no, like my cousin brother, he said, I read Bhagavad Gita, I feel very biased. I say, why? Because you only talk about Krishna. Then what do you expect? In Bhagavad Gita, you want them to talk about who now? All right? So that's the thing. So in Bhagavad Gita, it is the book that Krishna was speaking. It's a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. So since it's a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, they were talking, right? And the whole this thing. So after that, there's so many commentaries, like Lord Shiva gave this Gita Mahatmya. All right, there's a book compiled, Gita Mahatmya. It's also in Padma Purana. Like some says, oh, we are quite biased, we don't worship any other person. No, it's not that. Because in Bhagavad Gita, as we go on, you study, because Krishna himself will declare himself. All right. He said, I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All right. So that's why we just follow what the Shastra says. But at the same time, we also have a huge respect. So in our culture, there's few books which is the standard reference point. That is Padma Purana by Lord Shiva, Skanda Purana by Lord Kartikeya, Murugan. Right? Then we also follow that Padma Purana, Skanda Purana. Then what else we follow? So these are there's another one more I've forgotten. So these are some of the standard reference. So after Bhagavad Gita was spoken, all right, and Adi Shankara gave commentary. He was giving the first six or seven, what do you call, the glories. How glorious you can be if you just simply read Bhagavad Gita, keep Bhagavad Gita, worship Bhagavad Gita. Then in Padma Purana, Lord Shiva will be guiding Mother Parvati. Padma means Padmavati. Padmavati means Mother Parvati is asking a question and Lord Shiva is answering. Okay. And he also explained the glories. Okay. You can even Google it. All right. Glories of Bhagavad Gita. You Google it, you can see. The reference is from Padma Purana. Okay. What is the glories of reading chapter 1? It's a huge, right? Because it's even compiled as a book. Okay. So what is the glories of reading chapter 2? What is the glories of reading chapter 3? Like that. Because it's so glorious. You know why? The entire thing of the entire Vedas has been scrutinized and given to you in a very simplified way. And Krishna went straight to the point. Because there Arjuna also said, please tell me decisively. So in other words, what he says, don't go around, beat around. Because sometimes in Vedas, there is also poetry. Sometimes poetic, they like to say directly, indirectly, flowery. So you have to go into imagination to understand that. But here in Bhagavad Gita, it's straight to the point. All right? In a simple Sanskrit, it went straight to the point. It's amazing. Okay? So with that, so now we're going to start chapter 7. Chapter 7. From now, all that confidential part of the things that is going to be revealed. Okay. Slideshow. All right. So is it recording, right? Okay. So ISKCON Ipoh Bhakti Yoga Center presents Essence of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7. So let's take darshan from Sri Sri Radha Gokulananda. Is one of the personal deity of a devotee from KL. Sri Pancha Tattva. Okay. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All right. So we dedicate today's program to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And also dedicate this program to His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. Okay, the program was inspired by him. And also dedicate this program to His Grace Anadi Jagannath Prabhu of Bangalore ISKCON Sheshadipuram, creator and brainchild of the Essence of Gita program worldwide. So now let's look at this today's Gita Mahatmya, very important Mahatmya. So what Adi Shankara says here, Yodite Vishnu Parvahe Gitang Shri Harivasare Swapanjagrat Chalan Tishtan Shatrubirna Sahiyate. What is Shatru means? Yesterday we discussed. What is Shatru? Anyone can tell me what is Shatru? Anyone? Huh?
Enemy.
Yes. Shatru means enemy. So Swapran Jagrat Chalan Tishtan Shatru Nasa Hiyate. Na means no. Hiyate. Affect you. So now it says one who studies the Gita on the holy festival days of the advent of Supreme Lord. That means on Janmashtami. And on the holy fasting day, especially Ekadasi. Tomorrow is Ekadasi. Such a person, whether is awake or asleep, moving or still, never defeated by enemies. Can you see that? We sometimes go and look for this bomo and all these things to put some kind of talisman around our neck to protect ourselves, tayat, right? We make the tayat, we put there, we go look for a bomo or look for this kind of thing, shaman, right? We go and look for all these kind of people, say, give me protection. Why? I want to be protected against my enemy. I want to be protected against the evil and everything. But Adi Shankara says very nicely, Yodite Vishnu Parvahe Gitam Shri Hari Vasare Swapan Jagrat Chalan Tishtan Shatrubir Nasahiyate. So if those who studies the Gita, okay, like for instance, like Krishna, advent of Supreme Lord, that means the day of Krishna Janmashtami, Rama Navami, okay, they call Vesak day, all the days that you see that Krishna, I mean, what they call Narsinga Chaturdasi. Then we talk about Ekadasi. So now is Ekadasi. All right. Sorry, tomorrow is Ekadasi. All right. So Ekadasi day is tomorrow. Like Ekadasi, on this Ekadasi day or any of this holy festival day. All right. Or on the holy fasting days, especially Ekadasi, like tomorrow. Such a person, that person, whether is awake or asleep, moving or still. I mean, awake means awake, sleep means you don't know what's happening. All right. Whether you're moving or you're remaining still, is never defeated by enemies. So if you think that your life is been always a struggle, always a challenges, make sure on this day, like Ekadasi day, dedicate yourself in studying the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. This is the fantastic, what they call, protection that you can think of. Other than that, what else can you think of? You just need to stay in the comfort of your home, the comfort of your chair. Just open the Bhagavad Gita and start studying it. It's that simple. You do not need to go. You do not need to spend money. You do not need to give the flow and don't know the flow. What mantra is chanting? Maybe it's wrong or good. Only God knows. Then after that, you take the thing and tie on your hand, tie on your neck, tie around and thinking that they will protect you. And God knows whether it's true or not. Okay. All these things are there. So simply study the Bhagavad Gita. That's why I always say, carry your Bhagavad Gita wherever you go. I'm so happy to hear most of my students who have attended this Gita Gyan program, they kept Bhagavad Gita as their biggest protection. Right? You have to keep the Bhagavad Gita in your you keep one in your house. Okay, and I also say that you carry your Bhagavad Gita wherever you go, put it in your handbag or put it wherever. Just carry it or make one nice bag like a pouch, like a that handphone. Now table, there's one nice pouch, that day I saw somewhere. You just buy it and put it in you and just carry it with you. All right. And also make sure you keep that Bhagavad Gita in a car. All right. Keep in your glove box. So that's one Bhagavad Gita. So whenever you stuck in the jam, just open the book and just start to read. All right. So then you should also keep it in your office. All right. Like in Ipoh, there's one, some of the students who have been the participants who have joined my live program. Every Thursday, I'm doing a live session here in Ipoh. They start to say, especially one doctor, when she first came, she was so frustrated. And she just basically have so much of struggle with other co-doctors. When she came, she had a panda. The eyes look like panda, the black ring. She was so stressed. But now, after I think almost 6, 7, 8 months with me in that, Now she started to become very cheerful. She said, now what's happening? She said she carries the Gita. Just carry that. So whenever she go to the office, she put the Gita on the desk and she start to work. And she start to see huge transformations start happening in her life. Because that's what he says. Gita is spoken by Krishna. Gita is a deity. You cannot worship deity because you have to be qualified. You have to be initiated. You have to accept a Brahmin, a second initiation. That's when you can start to worship Radha Krishna. It's such a high standard worship. But here, the Bhagavad Gita is deity itself. The Bhagavad Gita is Krishna itself. That's why they say Krishna is omnipotent, omnipresent. Okay? Whenever we open the Bhagavad Gita, the Gita, the thing is written in black ink. The paper is white. So what we understand from here, we just meditate. This is Radha Krishna lives there because Krishna is black. Radha Rani is white. All right? So Radha Krishna exists in Bhagavad Gita. So we just carry the Gita with us. Right? Make Gita as a thing. But don't simply keep. I've seen so many houses, they put the Bhagavad Gita in the altar and start worshipping. What's the point? You worship Ganga by taking a dip. All right? You worship the Govardhan by going around the hills. Girivalam. You go to this Annamalai and all this. You don't simply worship. How do you worship that Annamalai? You have to go around the mountain. Girivalam. You have to go. Go to Govardhan. You go around. You worship the mountain that way. And how do you worship Prasadam? How do you worship Prasadam? When the Prasadam served in front of you, Maha Prasade Govinde Namo Brahmane Vaishnave tak tak tak. You worship Prasadam by nourishing it, by eating it. Yes or not? You take the Prasadam and start to eat it. That's how you worship the Prasadam. And how do you worship Bhagavad Gita? By studying it, by reading it. Not simply put in the altar and just show that incense. No, it's no point. Even whenever and wherever the Gita is present, the place is very auspicious. Fair enough. But the recommended way to worship Bhagavad Gita is by studying it. And now, tomorrow is Ekadasi. And we are so fortunate that we are going to discuss chapter 8 tomorrow on Ekadasi day. Right? It's an unbelievable situation is going to happen. So, but anyway, you all should study Bhagavad Gita. Tomorrow is a day that you should at least commit that one day to study. Right? To study at Bhagavad Gita, just start read. Okay? So like that. So when anything happens, the person is never defeated by enemies. So you're going to have a fearless life. You have no worries. Right? It just, I got hundreds of examples to give you here, but I don't want to take your time. But trust me, for the last 31 years, I'm in this movement. I've seen so many people are reading Bhagavad Gita. The person, like, they went through unbelievable situation. They were almost to be like killed, hunted down, and surrounded by extremely terrible enemies. Suddenly, everything disappeared. All right. So that is when I did the Gita Gyan program in the year 2021, February 1st, we started the program Malaysia-wide. There was almost 3,000 students joining. There's 30, 40 teachers. So I'm one of them. So when they started this program, especially in my place, there's one particular person came with so much of problem. And there was a conspiracy to kidnap. She has 4 girls and 1 boy, right? They want to kidnap the daughters. And she was hiding in the house in so much of fear. And COVID, no food to eat. Girls, sometimes they need that, their monthly menses, they need that, all these things. She don't know what to do. So she came for the class. I said, what else can you do? What else can you do? So then she started crying. I said, I don't know what to do. What else can you do? You don't know what? You're so helpless. Simply surrender to Krishna. Chant your Hare Krishna mantra and just depend on Bhagavad Gita. Read it. See, Krishna will take care. But you have no but here because you are so helpless. You go out, people will kidnap your daughter. You stay at home, you have no food to eat. But you know what happened? Suddenly, out of blues, suddenly a group of people came and knocked the door. Do you need anything? I said, then the lady was shocked. She said, who this guy suddenly come to the house and especially knock the door? And she said, yes, I need this thing. I got daughters. Okay. Then they gave sanitary pad and they gave all this. And she was surprised. And she said, Prabhu, how the thing happened? Why? Miracle is no longer a miracle when you surrender yourself to Krishna. Then ultimately, the biggest thing, what happened? the person, that means the own family members, after her husband passed away, they want to kidnap everything. They just want to do some nonsense. They just disappeared. She became invisible. Her house is here. There's 2 rows. That's why it's their in-laws. They just became, what they call? They became invisible. When the guy passed by, I mean, it's just like she became invisible. And Krishna removed that remembrance. They totally forgotten that this person is there. I'm telling you from my personal experience. Try and see. This Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book. When you surrender, you just simply study the Bhagavad Gita. Whether you surrender or don't surrender, that's secondary. But this Bhagavad Gita can protect you from all these things. Whatever things, because Krishna says, I will supply what you lack and I preserve what you have. He knows. And that's a promises in Bhagavad Gita. All right. So with that meditation, let's start our program. So understanding the subject of Bhagavad Gita entails the comprehension of 5 basic truths. Okay, first of all, the science of God is explained. Okay, because now is the things going to be explained, science of God. And then the constitutional position. What is your original position? Remember, we have discussed this before, of the living entity, the Jiva. There is Ishvara. Okay, that means the controller. And there is Jiva, the living entity which are controlled. So when there's a controller, how the person become controller? When he controls someone. All right. So just give me a second. That's okay. Sorry. So there are Ishvara, the control, and the Jivas, the living entities which are controlled. If the living entity says it's not controlled, then he's free, and that means he's insane. Okay. The living being are controlled in every respect, at least in this conditioned life. So in Bhagavad Gita, the subject matter deals with Ishvara, the supreme controller, the Jiva, the controlled living entity, Prakriti, the material nature, time, Kala, the duration of existence of universal, right? And Karma. Karma means activity. They are also discussed. The cosmic manifestation is full of different activities. That means the cosmic manifestation, you see a lot of different activities. Okay. All living entities are engaged in different activities. Yes or not? Okay. How you can see, you go at, sometimes you just stay at the roadside, you see one guy go there, one guy go here, everybody's like, no. There are so many different activities happening. From Bhagavad Gita, we must learn. What? From Bhagavad Gita, we must learn that what God is. How you can address God. Who is He? What is the living entity are? Who are you? What Prakriti? What is the nature? Prakriti means nature. And what is the cosmic manifestation? And how it controlled by time? And what is the activities of the living entities? All right. These are the things. All this you can see in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita as it is. Okay. So now let's look at chapter 7, knowledge of the absolute. All right. So now let's look at this. Shri Bhagavan Vacha 7.1. Maya Sakta Mana Partha Yogang Yunjanman Ashraya Asangshayang Samagrang Mam Yata Nyas Yata Chrinu. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Maya Shakta Mana Partha Yogang Yunjanmadashraya Asangshayang Samagrang Mam Yata Nyasyasita Chrinu. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, now here, O son of Pritha, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt. So yesterday, where we ended, Krishna says, all the yoga process is tough, fair enough, because you have to sit down, you have to stare tip of your nose, or you have to stare tip of your this thing. The place shouldn't be high, shouldn't be low, and you have to like go into this, and after you go into this mystic meditation. And this mystic meditation you do after few births, after once you become perfect and come back to me. Then Arjuna says it's so tough. And Krishna says, yes, it's tough. But with proper practice, it's possible. All right. But after that, he gave his opinion. But do you know, Arjuna, among all these yogis, the one who always think about me, the one who always abide in me, the one who always serve me with love and affection, he is very, very dear to me. All right. And that is my opinion. So we ended here in chapter 6, the last thing. And now in chapter 7, he's starting this way again. He says, how by practicing yoga. So when you're going to practice yoga in full consciousness of me. So that means full consciousness means what? When you're sleeping, you're unconsciousness. You're unconscious. But when you're awake, you're conscious. So Krishna says that practicing yoga in full consciousness means you are awake, you're not hallucinating, you're not sleeping and dreaming, you are wide awake. Okay, you're wide awake. Then, okay, practicing full consciousness. That means you're very conscious, fully conscious. CS Prabhu, you're writing something. All right. So, in full consciousness of me, okay? Then after this is what? With mind attached to me. Okay? So first you're very conscious, then your mind is attached to Krishna. Okay, your mind is attached to Krishna. You can know me in full. So that's when Krishna says you can know me in full. So Krishna he wants to reveal himself to you. So what is that qualification? Fully conscious of him, mind attached to him. By that, you can know him in full. Completely about him. And the thing is, free from doubt. Because doubt is the biggest obstacle. All right? Doubt is the biggest obstacle, even in our material life. We cannot doubt. Doubting, it's like a cancer. It slowly kills a person. Doubting. All right? In our relationship, we cannot doubt. Oh, I doubt my wife. I doubt my husband. Finish. Okay, I doubt the education system. Finish. I doubt this thing. Everything is finished. So, doubting creates misery. Doubting make you not to think straight. Doubting make you to feel you are very like it's a kind of what they call it doesn't what is the word? It doesn't make you grow. You are stagnant there. All right, just like that you're at the crossroad. All right, somebody says the only way to go is turn left. You turn right, you're going to fall into the ditch. But after that, you start to think, but the left looks like a hill, it looks good. But right hand side looks so good. I doubt whether the person say the right thing or not. So even you cannot get good advice. Your mind cannot assimilate good advice, good this thing when you start doubting. So doubting is a dangerous thing. All right, even in our personal life, you can't doubt. Right? Either you believe or don't believe. When you start to doubt, that's it. So that means, so you see that you can know me in full, free from doubt. That means you do not doubt him anymore. Okay. Now, let's look at this. All right. So then 7.3, Krishna says, and Krishna start to explain, what is the advantage of knowing him? Are you an ordinary person to know him? He says, then look at the verse. Manushyanang sahasreshu. Manusya means human being. Manusya. Sahasra means thousands of them. So Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvataha. Okay. So what does it mean? He says, out of many thousands among men. That means out of many thousand among men. Out of so many thousands among men. Sahasra. Sahasra means thousands. All right. Among men, one may endeavor for perfection. Out of so many people, one may endeavor. They try to attempt to become perfect. All right. After that, Krishna continues. And of those who have achieved perfection, that means out of all the people who achieve perfection, they heartily know me in truth. Can you see the word? They heartily know me in truth. Kaschin mam veti tatvataha. Tattva. That means they can't understand me in truth. So what Krishna says here, there are so many people, there are so many thousands of millions of people around you, right? And only one person will endeavor for perfection. I want to be perfect. I want to know God. I want to do this thing. So now you take all that one person out. Then you got thousands of people who want perfection. You put them in one room. There's all these people want perfection. But I attempt to be perfect, endeavor to be perfect. But Krishna says, all these people heartily knows me in truth. To know Krishna, it is very, very mysterious and very mystical. And only by the grace of devotees, you can get to know him. That's why in chapter 5, Krishna says, surrender unto a spiritual master. All right, you have to surrender. So he have seen the truth, he can impart the truth to you. So now, you see, so he hardly knows me in truth. You know him, maybe Krishna, yes, he's a god, he's a North, especially in South Indian, they call it North Indian god. Right? It's very common. Why are you praying to the North Indian god? Why can't you follow our South Indians god? Look at that people, North Indian god. So like that. Right? Like for instance, if like a non-Indian background, they say, why are you worshipping that Indian god? Are you convert to become Indian? Are you convert to become Hindu? So all these things, all the speculations around us. All right. So that's why I say hardly. That means Krishna says, Kaschin, Kastama, it's not easy. Right? It's not easy to understand me in truth. Know me in truth. Okay. But in previous verse, Krishna says that if you fully conscious of me, practice, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full. Because out of so many people, they basically don't know me. You can see all the holy men on the street in varieties of religion, all perfectly holy people. They are perfectly situated. They are this thing, but they do not know God as who He is. Some say God is formless. Some say God is omnipotent everywhere. Right? All right. Some says you do not need to worship any kind of thing because God is everywhere. God is in your heart. So that means they just don't know Him in truth. Right? Now let's look at 7.4. He says, Bhumir apo nalo vayu kammano buddhir evacha ahankara iti yang me binna prakirtir ashtada. Ahankara means false ego. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. All together, these 8 constitute my separate material energy. Okay, now, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligent ego, which is the subtle body. They say all these together combined, these 8 constitute my separated material energy. So Krishna, this is my separated material energy. Then in 7.5, he says, Apareyam itastvanyang prakritim vidime param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam daryate jagat. Besides this, O mighty Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind. Okay, there's a thing, a superior energy of mind, which comprise the living entity. All right, living entity, who are exploiting the resource of material nature, which is inferior nature. So that means again, now Krishna says here, there is another superior energy of mind, which comprise the living entity. So what is it just now? It says earth, water, fire, ether, mind, intelligent ego are my separated material energy. But there is a living entity, they are superior energy of mind. All right. But what these fellows are doing, living entities are doing, they're exploiting the resource of material nature. All right. Example here, a person who became, the real nature of a person is to do this. Okay. The real nature of a person, okay, is who is spiritual by nature. He should be thinking about upwards. He have to think about who is God and how to attain Him and everything. But now, unfortunately, these living entities wasting their time by exploiting the material nature. You all got it? So this is what they say, which comprise the living entity who are exploiting the resource of material nature. And what is the resource or the resource of material, which is called inferior nature. All right. What is inferior nature? Just now Krishna says, my separated energy, which is material, and that material energy we call inferior nature. Are you all following me on this? Hello? Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Everyone at home?
Yes, Prabhu. Okay.
You're following me, eh?
Yes.
Okay. How many of you don't understand? Okay, there's a message coming out. Okay, so it says, okay. Anyone don't understand? All right. Before we start the session, I just created this. Okay, Rusan don't understand. Nishantini? Oh, you understand. Okay, great. All right, now let's look at this. Okay, now let's look at the situation here. So now material energy. Okay, the material energy. So what is that material energy? There's two terms for material energy. Material energy is Krishna's external energy. Are you all following me on this? Okay, you can unmute yourself. Just say yes so I can understand that you're following me.
Yes.
So the material energy means the external energy. Okay. Also called inferior energy. So the term for material energy got two. Prabhupada giving two meaning here. External, then inferior. So far so good? Thumbs up. Because, okay, good.
Yes.
Right. Okay, great. So material energy is inferior. So what is a material energy? Now let's look at this. Which is made of gross body. Okay, now, okay, which is gross body, which is made of earth, water, fire, air, ether. This gross body is also called as Mahabhuta. Okay, because this word Mahabhuta we'll practice, we'll talk about it later. But now I'm telling you now in advance. So this gross body, the body that we are living in is made of earth. Okay, it's a lump of earth. And it has water. 80% of this body is water, blood. It has fire. In your stomach is a fire burning. If not, it wouldn't get digest. Air. Air is in your lungs. And ether between your lungs and your stomach, they call solar plexus. That area is called ether. So this is the body is made of these five elements. The entire earth is made of these five elements, right? The entire creation is also made of these five elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Okay. Now, the second thing is this one. So now there is another thing called subtle body. Okay. So another thing is called subtle body. So what is a subtle body?
Explain the Ethan meaning. Ethan.
What is it?
Explain the Ethan. E-T-H-E-R.
Ether.
Yeah.
Talking about ether, right? Yeah, ether yesterday I explained the one is between the earth and the sky. Okay, now let's say okay. So this is the earth. Earth looks like this, right? The whole earth look like this, correct or not? Okay. Then there's a place, the covering in that sky like this. Okay. So this area around this thing before the sky and the earth, there's a layer, what they call stratosphere or something like that, right? So around this area we call as ether. In between the earth and the sky. So sometimes when you're getting your signal, right? When you're sitting here, you call, say Rusan Mataji here, you're calling your friend in America. So how they can immediately connect is through that signal. And how the signal travels through the ether. You got it?
Okay.
Hmm?
Yeah.
All right. Let me see. What is ether in Chinese? Yi Tai.
Yi Tai cannot understand Yi Tai. Yi Tai is
What is it?
Yi Tai is A and the place.
Oh,
Space.
maybe I'm pronouncing it wrongly, is it?
No,
Yi
it's correct.
Tai.
Yi Tai is a very difficult word to understand.
Oh. Earth ether in Chinese. Let's see. Earth ether in Chinese. Earth means D. Ether means Itai. Yeah. Together it would say Dehi Itai. Dihe. Dihe Itai. So anyway, so that's ether. Okay. So ether is the place where it's a space between, right? Which is air, but it is the place where you can get all the what they call or in other words, ether also can be called as space. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So now let's look at this. Material energy is made of that. Then there's another thing called the subtle body. The subtle body. So we have a gross body. That means this is the first thing. The second is a gross, subtle body, which is made of mind, intelligence, and false ego. And the false ego, remember just now we read the thing, ahankara. All right. So what happened? This thing is considered, okay, this thing. So now the subtle body. So this is the gross body here, and we have a subtle body here. And these two are considered the material energy or the inferior energy. Are you following me?
Yes.
So this
Yes.
combination of these two, we call it as the, okay, these two is under the material energy. Okay. Now, so now these two. Okay, this is called what? External energy or inferior. All right, this word you must remember. Okay, so if you remember this, that easy. Okay, it's called, which is called, the material energy is called inferior energy. Okay, because this is the term that we'll be using. Okay, superior, marginal, and inferior. So inferior energy. Okay, now then what is the next one? Is called the spiritual energy. So what is that spiritual energy? The living entity. Remember, it says, but there is another energy of mind, which is the living entity, spiritual energy, who is Jiva Atma, part and parcel of Paramatma. So this energy of this what they call. So now when you look at this, all right. So now, just for your understanding, so like for instance, this is the big manifestation of the spiritual, okay, and so this is the, I'm just giving an example, right? This is the spirit soul, okay, and the third one is, okay, this is the external energy, which is the darkest ignorance. Okay, you all following me? So these, what they call this Atma, all right, this soul, suppose, because it's part and parcel, okay, because it's part and parcel, because it's part and parcel of this supreme, the spiritual energy. This is the soul. Okay, this is the soul. So this is the soul. So this is supposed to be the part and parcel of this this material energy, the spiritual energy. Okay, it is supposed to engage himself here, but unfortunately, this energy is wasting their time exploiting the nature of this material world. So far, so good. So what we call this? We call this as the superior or spiritual. All right, they call what energy we call? We call superior energy. All right, and here we call as the third one, we call as the, okay, we call this as inferior energy, or what we call material. Okay, all right, so this is called the inferior energy or the material. Okay, I'm feeling so excited. Are you? Teaching, talking about this make me so excited, very exciting, right? But who are you? The soul. The soul, you're known as marginal energy, or sometimes they call also marginal potency. Okay, so this is called the marginal energy. Okay, why it's marginal? Because this thing is in between of superior and inferior, or in between spiritual and material, in between, we call marginal. Okay, are you all following me on this?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
How many of you are confused? How many of you don't understand? This is the best opportunity for you to ask the question, to understand this. because sometimes self-study in Bhagavad Gita can be very confusing. You got it, eh?
Yes, very clear.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
Prabhu.
So that means we have these three kinds of energy and we are in between. Okay, so that's what Krishna says here, that this is the material energy, which is the gross body. This is a brown color, I put it as a gross body made of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Then another thing called subtle body, which is the second layer covering, is made of mind, intelligence, and false ego, ahankar. And the third, within these two material, and within this material, there is a spiritual body kept inside here, which is spiritual energy. Spiritual energy is soul, which is Jivatma, which is part and parcel of Paramatma. So what is the nature of this soul? Is to engage in superior nature. But in Kali, but now Krishna says they are wasting their time to exploit the inferior nature, or which is material energy. So that means they are wasting their time. Okay. And so this black thing is called immaterial energy, we call as inferior. The yellow thing is called superior, and we are in between. The soul we call marginal. Okay. Now, okay, let's continue. Hey, what's happening to my, where's my mouse? Oh, okay. So that's why it says, beside this, O mighty arm Arjuna, there is another superior energy. Now you understand the yellow part, the superior energy of mind, which comprise the living entity. That means the living and you are part of that superior energy. Example, just like the fire and the spark. What is the difference? Both fire, or the ocean and the drop of sea water, both are same. All right. So that means the spiritual energy, the superior energy, and you are actually same, right? Okay. Then superior energy of mind, which comprises the living entity. And this living entity, what are they doing? They are exploiting the resource of material nature, the black and white. They are exploiting the nature, which is the material energy, which is called inferior. Okay. So in this one attempt, I believe that you all have understood this verse very nicely. But please read the purport. Okay. Now, 7.6. Then after that, Krishna continues. Etat yonini bhutani sarvani tyupadaraya ahankritnasya jagata prabhava pralayastata. All created beings have their source in these two natures. So all the living entities, they have source of these two nature. Of all that is material and of all that is spiritual in this world. Know for certain that I am both the origin and the dissolution. All right. So what Krishna says here is like this. He says that know for sure. That means saying you must know that all created being. What does that mean? Everything that created, from the mosquito to what they call to the cockroach, to the leech, or whatever it is. All right. Okay. All created beings. Krishna never mentioned as individual. See, like for example, etat yonini. Yonini means the living entity. Etat yonini. All things that is born, created. All right. Yonini means all created. Bhutani. So that means all created entities. It's not specific for a human being. So we understand all these have their source. That means they have their source. And basically where they are from. Source in where? Of these two nature. They have their source from the two nature. Okay. One is material. That means they have a gross body which is made of 5, and they have a subtle body which is made of 3. Mind, intelligence, ego. So they have the material. All right. And after that, the second, they have the thing which is called spiritual. That is Jivatma. That have a, okay, that means the soul is spiritual. All right. So it's spiritual. Where? In this world. Okay. So now Krishna says, know that for certain. You better know that I am the both origin and of course the dissolution. I am the one who create everything, and I am the one who dissolute everything, destroy everything. Okay. Prabhava pralayas. Pralayas means create, destroy, destruction. Pralaya. Pralaya means destroying. Prabhava, create, destroy. So he's the origin and also the destroyer of everything. Okay, so everything is created. So that means, so we understand. So anything, even you see the chicken, you see the goat or whatever, that all these things are created by that. All of them got these two nature, material and spiritual. Just like our body, we have material and we also have spiritual. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, any questions so far? You all following me on this? Because chapter 7, I really would like to go slow, 7 to 10, because I want to grasp each and every sentence so it can nourishes you. So far, so good?
Okay, please
Okay.
again, two energy.
Huh?
Two energy. It means we will be spiritual way and the darkness way, right? Either we go left or right. Then it will
No,
go
no,
to
no. What it says here, you are given these two nature. You have
Given.
these two nature. That means you have that yellow, which is the spiritual, and you have the
Okay.
material. That means you are a spirit soul living in a material body.
Okay.
Okay. I love people asking question. Hey, what is happening here? What can you see? Okay. Okay. Can you see the whiteboard?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's look at this. Okay. Now you are here. This is you. You have the superior nature, which is you yourself, but you're living in this inferior nature, which is black, which is material nature. Okay. Okay. I'll give you an example like this. Okay. The example is, okay, now let's talk about this. So now, the material nature, what is the color of the material nature? Anyone? Yes, Rusan Mataji, please come on. Don't mute yourself.
Yellow.
Material nature.
Inner nature.
What is the color of the material world?
Black color, Prabhu.
Why black?
Because inferior energy.
Then another one. Any more?
Ignorant.
What else? Ignorant. Yes. Because the place is ignorant. All right. So just say this is your body. Okay. Now, this is called the material nature. But inside this body, you are living here as the spirit soul. You are inside here. Okay, Mataji? So that means, in other words, you are in this inferior nature, the material nature, and you are the soul which is spiritual inside here. Okay? So you are supposed to be the powerful spiritual nature, but you have been conditioned inside this black material nature. You got it, Rusen?
Yes. We are born to be inside the black color.
Yes, that means we are put into that. Right? Okay, just like example, see a eagle. Suddenly there's a eagle nest. Suddenly the egg from the nest fell down. It fell into the chicken den. So after the eagle fell into the chicken den, the egg, after some time the egg hatched. So the eagle baby chick came out and see around, and he start to believe actually it's a chicken. By right, that's an eagle, the king of the sky. But because of that conditioning living among the chicken, it start to believe that actually it's a chicken. You understand? So similarly, we are the spirit soul, which is far beyond, we are part and parcel of Krishna, God. But when we are infused into this black material nature, we start to believe that we are this material nature. Okay. So what happened? We are this material nature and our brightness. Okay, this is our aura that lives inside. It is just like in a shadow, right? So even that soul, that all pervasive, that covers everything, but shadow, because it's covered by this, but it's covered by this material nature. Okay, everyone.
Okay.
Okay, Mataji, Rusan Mataji.
Yeah, but nobody educate us to become a brightness one. We all educate into cover in the dark.
That's why Krishna came to give you Bhagavad Gita. You said a fantastic term. That's why now you look at this thing again. That's when you start to appreciate. All right. See, when you look at this thing, what Krishna says here. So what he says. All right. He says what? That. What is the verse here? 7.3. You have to remember this by heart, Mataji. Because you're going to appreciate this now. Out of many thousands of men, one may endeavor for perfection, but these people will hardly know me in truth. Because it's the nature. It's been created in such a thing that people, even a great spiritual rabbi, ustad, or what they call father, pastor, and all this, they still don't know. But that's why Krishna came to give you that understanding. All right, he can give you. Because who can teach you? Only Krishna can teach you. Only the God can teach you. We as a human being, how much we can teach you? We can't teach you. That's why he spoke this Bhagavad Gita. To teach you. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu, I got a question. Everything has spirit and material energy, spirit and matter. So
Yeah.
does it mean that the flower also has spirit and matter? The wood, the tree trunk has spirit and matter, and then an extension to that is the chair, the table, the steel, the minerals
Yeah,
in the
understand.
earth. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. See, everything in matter, it is everything in matter, Krishna there as a Shirodakshay Vishnu in every atom. Okay. But the spirit lives in that means the living entity, the what they call the soul only lives in the place where there's consciousness. When you talk about the tree has consciousness. Okay. But the part and parcel of the tree is the trunk and the flower. Is part of it. Is part of that entire. Say, like, for instance, in this body, I have consciousness. How about my hand? How about my head? How about my leg? Okay. So the consciousness only exists. That means all these things. So what happened when the hand separate from my body? When the hand separate from this complete whole, this hand is useless. The hand is useful as long the thing stick to this complete whole, complete body, which is conscious, which has consciousness. All right. So when you talk about the steel, the iron, whatever things like the chair and table, all these things are combination of what? Combination of all this material energy. And in Krishna as a Shirodakshay Vishnu, the word Vishnu. Do you remember the word Vishnu, Prabhu? C.S. Tan, Prabhu?
Yeah. Vaguely, Prabhu, I forgot the
Yeah,
terms.
no. Tell me. It's okay. Vaguely also no problem. What do you think? What is Vishnu means?
Vishnu is the extension of Krishna,
Yes.
and
No,
he.
what is the specific meaning? Vishnu means.
Oh, I don't know, Prabhu. Sorry,
Oh, you don't know, eh? It's okay. So
I've
no problem.
forgotten really,
The
Prabhu.
word Vishnu means all pervasive. The Vishnu means the one who everywhere, who lives in every atom. Right? In every atom. So that means when you see every atom in this universe got Vishnu. That's why there's a proton, neuron, and proton, neutron, and what is another one? There's a three things, right? In every atom, you see the things moving.
Yes, proton, electron, and neutron.
Proton, electron, and neutron. So the proton, electron, neutron, it is something is moving there. That means there is some energy is happening there, right?
Yes.
So when there's something energy is happening there, that means there's a presence. That's why Vishnu says, that's why the name Vishnu means all pervasive. So it's everywhere, it is like filled with this Vishnu. That means it like feel like a bubble like that. All right. So this body, imagine how many billion trillion Vishnus are in this body, because every cell combined. Then after that, in this body, got how many living entity? Maybe I got a kutu on my head. All right. I got a bacteria in my stomach. All right. Maybe I got something running in my nose. I got a lot of disease or something like running in bacteria, whatever it is, viruses inside. So in this body, there are so many living entities living with you, along with you. And each in every living entity, there's also Vishnu as Paramatma. Okay.
Yes.
But the all-pervading, but the master of this body is you. All right. Just like the house, you are living in the house, maybe you have extended relation, all the people staying with you, along with rat, cockroach, lizard, and everything. But who is the master of the house? You are the master of the house. So it's like that. So Vishnu is all-pervading, is in every cell. But the Atma only exists in the place where there is movement. There is what they call, there is life, like the plants, the trees, right? So in one tree, there's only one Paramatma, one distinct, because it's a life. Okay, Prabhu?
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
But you can also argue like this. What happens if I cut one branch and I put it on the ground and it grows? Have you all thought about that?
Yes.
All right, say I got a bungaraya plant. There's
Yeah.
this one tree under one condition is growing. What happens if I cut the branch and I take the branch and put it somewhere else? It start to grow. So that means, in other words, is there soul in every branch of bungaraya tree?
Yes.
Yes or not?
Yes.
So what does that mean? See, whenever you see the bungaraya, whatever thing that you cut and plant, first it dies first, then it start to grow. Yes or not? You cut the
Yes.
thing, you put it this thing, first it start to dry, all the leaf will fall, then only start to grow. So who are these things? What are these things? So in this Pitur Loka, remember we discussed Pitur Loka. I think Rusen Mataji also asked, what is Pitur Loka? The place of forefathers. They're waiting for the body. They haven't got a body yet. They're waiting for the body. So when you take this thing and plant there, so one of that person who supported, they will be sent there and it start to grow and manifest. All right. It is not that every branch got one soul. So far, so good. All right.
Sorry, Prabhu, I lost you there. Sorry, Prabhu.
Which one? You lost which one?
The part where you said where if we cut a branch and then plant it into the ground, that branch can grow.
Yes.
So does it mean
you lost a
branch?
Okay. First, the branch you cut, you can it will grow, right?
Yes.
So before it grows, it dies first. All the leaf will fall.
Okay.
All the leaf will fall. That means it's considered like died. Then only the new leaves will come out, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that means what he says. So whenever we cut the branch, we cut one branch and we put it somewhere else. First it dies. That means it is not dies. That means it's become disintegrate.
Okay.
Then from Pitur Loka, there's a lot of living entities who don't have a gross body. Right? So they were one of the person who's supposed to take the form of the say bungaraya tree. The person will enter into that branch, and that's when the branch will start to grow. So it is not that every branch got one soul. So if you see one tree, there's so many branches.
I see. Okay.
Every branch got only one.
Okay.
So you take and paste it somewhere else, it dies, then the soul enters, it starts to pasting. Yes, Prabhu Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu.
But you say that the people waiting in Pitraloka is waiting for a body.
Waiting for what?
A body.
Yeah, gross body.
Gross body. But then they have come out from hell, they are purified.
Yes, come out from hell is purified.
Then why should they tree, Prabhu?
Another wonderful question, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Say, like, for instance, after a person sentenced to jail sentence, all right? Just imagine a person sentenced to jail. Then after that, there's a term called probation. Yes or not?
Yeah.
So probation. So the probation period, that means they have already go through this thing. Then after that, they have a probation period. They call parole system. Okay. So once a person goes to hell, they finish the hellish condition, they are on parole. And they are sentenced to this thing. That means certain sin is punishable by hell. The another type of sin is punishable by in this material condition of life.
Oh, yeah. Very good, Prabhu. Very good.
Huh? Say
Very
like for instance, it's say like for instance, you know, which is better, to be born as a pig or a rat, or to suffer in hell? Which is better, Prabhu?
good. Be born like a rat, Prabhu.
Oh, born rat is better than going to hell, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu. Because hell is all fighting and all that now, Prabhu.
Huh?
The Kumbhika Pakam and all that. How can
Yeah, yeah.
thousands of
Okay.
years, Prabhu?
There are how many hells? That day I read in Garuda Purana,
In
80
Bhagavatam is 24.
24,000, 24 principal hell, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu.
24 principal, and total they have 16,000 varieties of hell or something. 16,000, 18,000. Okay, my memory is losing. I mean, it's dwindling. So anyway, so now the question is, okay, let's just have a discussion. Which is better, to go to hell and purify, or to be born as a rat?
I will, Prabhu, if you read that Bhagavad Gita about the hells, the torture is terrible, na Prabhu.
Obviously,
So how can I prefer a rat rather than a hell, Prabhu?
rat. Okay, anybody else?
Prabhu, after being a rat, you can also go back to hell. So there is that.
No. It's a very straightforward question.
Okay, then I think
Given a
rat is
choice,
better.
hell or rat?
Rat lah.
Rat.
less
Sumitra also say
suffering.
rat. Okay. Anyone?
Rat.
Sheila, rat. Dinesh. See, there is a thing, you know, like where's the Prabhu? Is he around? I think he's not around. Okay. All wallet. Say, for instance, what happened when a person dies in Kashi? Kashi, right? When you go to Kashi, Rameshwar, Kashi, they say in Purana it says those who die in Kashi, they don't go to hell. All right, that's why everybody like to go to Kashi and die. They even have a hotel, the death hotel, right? You go there, you check in, you have to die within 3 days. If you don't die within 3 days, they chase you out. There's another person, because they want all the people who are very sick that at the last moment of life, they come there to die. All right. After the person dies, immediately they prepare, they bring them, put into the Ganga and put in the fire and burn them and throw into the ash will throw into the Ganga. By doing that, that person, all the sins is nullified, or he doesn't go to hell. So what happens if a sinful person doesn't go to hell? He will have to take a birth of abominable birth. He will born in a terrible situation. All right. What is the birth? Okay, a person who are in Kashi, who's supposed not to go to hell, who live in this material place, they will born as a vulture. First, they take a form as a vulture. And after that, after the vulture, they take a form of a donkey. And the third one, I've forgotten. So like that, they finish up all that the karmic situation. So what happened? A person goes to hell, maybe suffer there at least maybe for a year, right? get cooked and get barbecued and everything. It's much better. It's much better than be born as a vulture, born as a donkey, and born of something another thing. Abominable birth. Imagine 3 births of suffering. All right. What is vulture? Vulture means vulture. What do you call in Tamil?
Kalagu, Prabhu.
Kalugu. Vulture means kalugu, Dinesh. The one who eats human. Manasana thindra kalugu. Kalaga pirukkirathu. Huh? So which is better now?
Prabhu,
So if you're given a choice.
if you say, and you go to Kashi, the hotel, you say, yes, written down there, Prabhu. And then the Shiva will come and say, Rama, Rama, Rama to your left ear. And that is just like thinking of Krishna at the time of death. Why should
Yeah.
in, Prabhu? Because
Huh?
Krishna says, I give you the mercy. If you tell my name or hear my name, you will directly come to Vaikuntha. And now you are telling God is born as a donkey, God is born as an ass and all that, Prabhu.
That is for sinful people, Prabhu.
But
They are
Krishna,
manipulating the Vedic understanding. They are manipulating the Vedic understanding. Okay, example, Prabhu. If people who simply, okay, now the statement that you use, who they say Rama, Rama, Rama. So what Krishna says? The one who chant my name or the one who remembers me come to me?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Who? Who will go to him?
I mean, in this place, you don't have to be purified because you already think of it.
Yeah, understand. But the question is, who actually go back home back to Godhead? The one who remembers him or the one who says his name?
Saying name is better.
Yeah, but just saying name. All right, saying name is better. Okay, example like Ajamila.
Yeah.
Okay, how did Ajamila chant it?
Narayana.
Yeah, but he chanted in full of fear, being very distinct, and he just chanted from his bottom of his heart, right?
It's ended full of fear, but not thinking about.
But who chanted? Ajamila chanted.
Yeah.
But there, Ram Ram Satya Hai, Ram Ram Satya Hai, who is chanting when they carry the body? People around chanting. The dead person, did he chant?
But then within the 3 days you're going to stay there, so, Lord Rama, Lord Shiva is supposed to come and tell you the name Rama, and you hear
That
it.
is for devotees, Prabhu. That is for devotees. See, like in Padma Purana, Krishna says, Padma Purana, Lord Shiva says, to all devotee of Vishnu, at the time of death, when he dies in forgetfulness, I will give the remembrance. With to who, Prabhu? Who he give remembrance? To any Tom, Dick and Harry or to the devotees?
To the devotee.
Yes. For devotees, it doesn't matter where they die. They can die in Kasi, or they can die in Ipoh, they can die in any part of the world. All right. They can even die at night, because they say those who die at night, they'll come back. Those who die in the morning, they don't come back. You know, in Bhagavad Gita, it says, right?
Yeah.
Also, it says that a person who dies in accident, or a person, of course, commit suicide not allowed. If a devotee become commit suicide, he become a Brahma Rakshasa, not an ordinary ghost, big ghost. So, a devotee who dies in accident, like, my god brother, this Anadi Jagannath Prabhu who made this program, he died in an accident, road accident. So, is that mean that he is because of his severe karma? No. Everyone must have a reason to die. Okay, either by disease, either by accident, or either by getting murdered or by suicide. There should be a reason to die. So that's one of the reasons that he left his body. But the most important is when a devotee leaves the body is totally different compared to the non-devotees. Because when a devotee leaving the body, he is being assisted, especially by Lord Shiva, who promises in Padma Purana. Right? He says, when a devotee of the Lord dies in forgetfulness, I will go to the left ear. Right here.
Left ear.
Huh?
Left.
Left. I will go to the left ear and I just give you remember Rama, Rama, Rama. And pop, you get the remembrance. Oh, Ramachandra. Then, oh, Krishna. Oh, they say you start to remember everything. I will give the remembrance. That's why it says, for a devotee, we have no worries, because we have guarantee that somewhere or other, they will come and give you the remembrance. Okay?
No, Prabhu. Because you say you hear the name of Rama, you go because it's a special mercy of Rama. Whether you hear or you remember, somebody tells you, you're going to hear for sure. And it's a special mercy. Even if you're impure, you're a sinner, still go to Vaikuntha, Prabhu.
Yes.
Am I correct, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. But sometimes the Maya is very strong. When a person is panic, the person becomes so panic. Sometimes when you say the word, they remember, sometimes
Yeah.
they have a panic attack.
True.
What is a panic attack? They say, hey, Krishna, hey, they say like my name, Padita Tarna, Jagana. I'll be, what's happening? I can't recall what he says. So what is the reason? Palm, give him a tie slap. Open. Oh, yeah. Why? What are you saying that? But imagine at the final moment of death, it's very panic situation. Right? It's very panic stricken. So at that time, when somebody come and chant Hare Krishna, you think, no, one cannot. We are referring to the non-devotees we are talking about. The one who never practice bhakti.
Yeah.
But those who practice bhakti is totally a different ball game.
Yeah.
Krishna will set everything around. All the devotees will be ready. By the time the person goes, hey, the person going to leave the body, everybody will come. Okay, it's all mentioned in Sastra. Actually, we are going very deep into that subject.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be on a Gita Gyan. We're supposed to be a summary. Okay. Now it's okay. Now we continue. Sorry for animation from the current slide. All right. So that means The living entity were exploiting the resource of material nature, which is inferior. Ram or Rama? Oh, yeah, it's another good question you asked. The word is Rama, not Ram. Sometimes people make mistake. Ram. Actually, the syllable, the 2-syllable word, Ram is 1 syllable. Rama is 2 syllable. So the proper pronunciation is Rama. Okay? Good, Sumi. Ask that. Very good question. Okay. Now let's look at 7.6. Okay, this is the thing we studied just now. That all created beings are the source of the both nature, which is material and also spiritual. Okay, 7.7. This is very interesting. Krishna says here, Matta paratarang nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya mayi sarvam idam protam sutre mani gana iva mayi sarvam. All my varieties of energy. Sutre. Sutre means sutra. In Malay, we call sutra. What is sutra means? It called thread. All right? Or it is called also silk. Okay, thread. So here sutre. Sutre means it's like the thread. Money. You know money, right? The gundu money. All the money that we are having. Gana. Tight. Here, Eva. So conqueror of wealth. Who's conqueror of wealth? Dhananjaya. Now Arjuna is addressed as Dhananjaya, the conqueror of wealth. He says, there is no truth superior to me. Kinchit asti. Matta parataram nanyat. Nanyam na? Nyayangal. Nyayangal means knowledge, intelligent. Alright? Matta parataram nanyat. That means there's nothing that's superior to me. There's no truth superior to me. Okay? Everything rests upon me. Mai sarvam idam protam. Everything rests upon me. How? Just like the pearls strung on the thread. So everything that rests on me means all the truth that you find, all the Vedas and all the Shastras, all the truth is resting on me, just like how the chain is resting on my neck. All right, just like what Krishna says, just like the pearl. And the pearl, all the pearls are strung in the thread and simply resting on the thing. Like that, all the energy, all the creation, everything simply resting on my neck, just like the pearl strung on the necklace. So far, so good? You got it? Okay. All right. Now let's look at 7.8 to 7.11. So now Krishna is start to explain about him. Who is he? All right. That means he said all the splendorous things. 7.8 to 7.11. If you have Bhagavad Gita, please read. So what he says, among the water, I am the taste. You know, the taste of water is very unique. The taste of water cannot be defined. Hey, what is the water taste? It's a water taste. It is sweet, sour. Oh, we cannot. It's a water taste. It's a unique taste. So Krishna says he's the taste of the water. I am the taste of the water. Okay, I am the taste of the water. Okay, so whenever you drink water, you start to remember Krishna. Okay, among the sun and moon, I am the light. Among the Vedic mantra, I am Om. So now, what is Om means? Om means, Krishna says, I am that Om. Om is addressing. Like now I call you Mr. Vaishnava Kripa. All right, or Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, the title Prabhu. Or, okay, now Miss Rusan or Madam Rusan, Madam Rusan Chiang, Madam. So when I put the Madam in front, so it's a title. So similarly, addressing the Lord is called Om. Addressing Lord is Om. Okay, like for instance, in those days, they put the father's surname in front, just like how the Chinese put the surname. Like we have Tan Cheng, what? Tan Si Cheng, right? Your name, Prabhu? C.S. Tan.
Yes, C.S. Tan. Yeah, Tan Chi Siong.
Tan Chi Siong. Okay. So Chi Siong is actually his real name, but the Tan is the surname. All right. So like Rusan Chiang. So Chiang is actually the surname. So in those days, especially even in India, they put the father's name in front first. Like my name, real name is Punithan Jagannathan. So in India, they put the name Jagannathan Punithan. So I think in America also the same. You put the surname in front and a given name at the back. So similarly, when you see all the mantras that you chant, Om Saravana Bhavaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Gam Ganapate Namah, whatever it is, they put the surname in front. Om. Om is addressing Krishna. All right. So Om is addressing Krishna. So that means he said, among the Vedic mantras, I am Om. If you don't believe, open your Bhagavad Gita, text 8:11. You can see the thing there, that among the things, I am the Vedic. Yes, Rusan Mataji.
Om, is it calling the God? Om.
No, no, no. Addressing. Addressing means like for instance, like Madam Rusan. Is your name Madam or Rusan?
Sometimes
Right?
I hear invocation, you're calling the Om, something,
Yes.
something.
Om is addressing the Lord. Om means is addressing Mr. God. So we cannot call Mr. God. So Mr. God we cannot call. So Om. So the word Om is the Om. Actually, it is a sound of the ether. You know, just now you ask what is the ether and space. If you go to the space and everything, the Om sound. Even you put the thing like this, you close your ears, you hear Om like that. All right. So it's a universal sound, and that is that vibration of the Lord. All right. So what is the proof that is all pervading? When you see the thing. So Krishna says, among the Vedic mantra, I am Om, Omkara. Okay. Wait, 8:11. Okay. The verse is Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi suryayo pranava sarva vedesu shabda ke paurusham nirshu pranava. Pranava means the pranava mantra. Om is pranava mantra. So it's mentioned here, O son of Kunti, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in men. Okay, so it's a text 8. You can refer. Okay, in the ether, I am the sound, ether. In the man, I am the ability, the strength. And in the earth, I'm the fragrance. Sometimes you can go to certain place, you can have the, manvasani, earth, right? Fragrance. And in the fire, I am the heat. In all that lives, I am the life. And among the ascetics, I am the penance. Among all existent, I am the original seat. Among the intelligent, I am the intelligence. Among the powerful men, I am the prowess, all right, strong. Among the strong, I am the strength. And among the sex life, which is not contrary to religious principle. So what does it mean? So among the sex life means the sex life which is used only to procreate children. All right. So the procreate is only given to the children. I mean, procreate only for the sake of children, not for fun. So the one who used for procreate for children, Krishna says, I am that sex life. From other teachings, Om is given Muruga, but here Krishna said, is it every Vedic is different statement? See, Vedic doesn't have any different statement. You must understand the Vedic Vedas must come from a proper source. Who is that authority? Is it following the Parambara system or is it somebody's personal opinion? All right. When you see nowadays, most of the Vedas, at least 80-90% out there is all given by personal opinion. All right. Example, they say the Vedic Om, which is written like the Sanskrit, is not true. The Om like this is not true, especially the Tamilans. They say the real Om is supposed to be the one like how the Tamil people write. That is that actual Om. And from there, they start to draw. When you see the Vinayagar, they put from the left ear, you just go to there, and the Tumbike. All these are speculation. So the thing is, are we getting the knowledge from the proper source or not? All right. Say, like, for instance, a person who worships Murugan must study Skanda Puranam. And the person who really worships Lord Shiva must study Padma Puranam or Shiva Puranam. So when they study that, then they can come to that statement, says that, well, what I have heard is right or wrong. Okay. But the problem is, like, for instance, like what we are referring here, whatever I'm telling to you is basically is from the evidence from Bhagavad Gita with the Sanskrit translation, which is almost Tamil. All right. Tamil is just easily understand. So almost Tamil. That means we are referring to that word by word and we are explaining according to that, according to a parambara. So that's the thing, Dinesh, that we must be really know that. Correct? So like, for instance, the word Om. Om is actually a surname. So in every mantra, they carry the word Om. So that means it's like Om is Muruga is not right. Like some says Om is Shiva. That's not right. Some says Om is Ganapati. That's not right. Then after that, they say the symbol Om here. Can you see the symbol Om here? It is wrong. All right. So what they say, okay, let me show you. Especially that that Tamil authors, I mean, with due respect, I'm not criticizing anyone, but these Tamil authors are, they're quite sentimental. So they say, this is the real Om. All right. They say this is the real Om. Because this is from the left ear of Vinayaga, Lord Ganesh, to the right ears, and come, here is a trunk, and there's a nose or something like that. This is the real Om. And this is not the real Om. I mean, what is this? All these are Tamil sentimentalists and speculators. All right, they create all these kind of nonsense things. Sharia? Okay, good you asked that question. All right, because when you ask the question, that's when you get answer. Okay, of course, you're asking in an open platform, and I have to refer to you based on Sastras. I cannot give you my own opinion because nothing of this is my own opinion. Okay, so now you understand what is sex life. Okay, anyway, Tinesh, have I answered you? Are you happy with the answer?
I will go through and check on that. I
What
have
is
to
it? I
check on
can't
that.
hear you.
I have to check on that. Which is the
Check
correct
on
one?
which?
Because all the while, according to my parents teaching everything, what they're teaching is the Om is given by the Lord Muruga and something like that, right?
Oh, okay, okay, understand.
So I need to clarify on proper
Better.
things.
So before you clarify, you understand one thing perfectly, then you clarify with others. Example, when you want to do comparative studies, you must understand one doctrine properly. Then only you can compare. Okay?
Okay.
If you're not sure both sides, you compare, you cannot come to the proper conclusion.
Okay.
Right? Because like, when you look at my background here, I came from a very orthodox Chettiar family. And in our family, we only worship Murugan and nothing else. My grandfather asked, hey, we supposed to be like this. You know? Why you look like a Telugus? Only the Telugu people would put like this. No, it was totally opposite. All right. So that's why I'm asking. I asked why. Tandeki Vedam sonne Murugan. Enna Vedata sonnar. What did he teach? When Lord Shiva have to get down and அப்படியே உட்காருவாரு சிவன் முருகன் சொல்லுவார்ல ரைட் என்ன சொன்னாரு ஏதோ சொன்னாரு என்ன சொன்னாரு what did Lord Muruga teach his father teach Lord Shiva? And secondly, why Lord Shiva have to come down, kneel down and put the face like this, very humbly submit to his son to learn that? Why? Is there something very mystical? And you know what they say? He was teaching what is Omkara means. Come on lah. Omkara. How bogus. That's Skanda Purana, which is topmost Purana. That Purana that we follow. Okay? Kanda Puranam. All right, in Tamil we call Kanda Puranam. In Sanskrit we call Skanda. Kanda Puranam. Muruganoda Puranam. And Lord Muruga is one of the authority. And Lord Shiva is one of the authority. That's why we follow this authority. But I don't follow my father actually. I don't follow my father and my grandfather and all my uncles, Thai mom and all, because they also don't know what they're talking about. So based on that, only I came out with this idea. Okay. Anyway, good you talk about that. All right, let's look at 7:12. Ye chaiva satvika bhava rajasas tamasascha ye matta evati tanviddi natvaham teshu te mayi. So now Krishna says, know that all states of being, every state, okay, ella soonalai, all kind of being, be they of goodness, passion or ignorance, okay, are manifest by my energy. Everything is created from my energy. I am in one sense everything. In one sense, I'm everything, but I am independent. That means everything is me, but I'm still independent. I am not under the modes of material nature. That means modes of material nature means the nature of goodness, passion, and ignorance. For they, on the contrary, are within me. So that means the mode of material nature is within him. Okay, now let's look at this. All right, it says, now there's a 3-person up there are controlling us. This is called the Maya Devi in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So sometimes, like in Tamil, we also call Manidan Soolnalai Kaidi. Sometimes we are helpless. We are helpless and act according to the environment and situation. But actually, what is happening? Right? When we born in this world, it is just like a drama. Right? It's like a movie. from the day that we born till the day we die, what we're going to do, who are the people we're going to encounter, who are the people we're going to fall in love, who are the people we're going to hate, who are the children that are going to be born to us, right? What are the dreadful situation may happen to you? What are the things, what are the terrible, dreadful situation that happen to us? What are the, what they call, okay. So what are the encounters you're going to do? How are you going to look? What are the disease you're going to get? Okay. And how you're going to die? And what are the situation? Everything is pre-planned. All right. And how the planning happened according to our Jadagam. Example, say like a person say like, for instance, like, okay, Dhanush Rasi, Moola Nachatram, Virchiga Laknam. So the Rasi is Dhanush, Sagittarius. All right. Dhanush Rasi, Moola Nachatram, Moola. So the nakshatra is Moola. All right. And ascending means Laknam. Laknam is Virchigam. What does that mean? So Dhanush Rasi means, Dhanush Rasi means your body. Your nakshatra is your mind. Your Lakna is your activity that you're going to do around this world. Okay. So that means my Rasi is Dhanusu. So that means my body is made of that. My nakshatra is Moola. I think according to that influence of the Moola. And Lakna is Virchigam. So Lakna means my activity, what I'm going to act. That means what is my character in this world. So according to the Virchiga, according to the Scorpio, my activity is going to be like this. I'm just giving an overall example. So these are the things. So this is how we start to move and carry on with our life. And what happened? We got 3 directors who direct us. Sometimes we are in the mode of goodness. Sometimes we are in the mode of passion. And sometimes we are in the mode of ignorance. So like that, we are helplessly handled by these 3 puppeteers. And we are just a puppet in the hand of these 3 Maya Devi. They call Maya Devi illusion. All right. We will study this very detailed. All right. Now, Krishna is introducing. But in 3 mode of material nature is going to be the topic until the last. 7:14. But after that, Krishna says, but Daivi Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durotyaya Mam Evaye Prapatyante Mayam Etam Tarantite. So Krishna says the divine energy of mind, Daivi. Daivi means divine, Devam, Kesha, Gunamayi. Gunana, the activity. Mayi means me. So my divine energy. Right? Mama Maya Durotyaya. So he says, consisting of 3 modes of material nature. So he says that my energy, it consists of 3 modes of material nature and it's difficult to overcome. It is not possible to overcome. All right, it's very difficult to overcome. Okay, the 3 modes of meditation. But Krishna said, but those who have surrendered unto me, if those people who have surrendered unto me, Mam eva me papayanti mayam etam tarantite, can easily cross beyond it. So what Krishna says, the 3 modes of material nature is not possible. It's so hard. Right? It's so difficult to overcome. Right? So difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered to me can easily cross beyond it. And again, Dinesh is asking a fantastic question. Sickness, is it under Rasi? All right? Is it sickness under Rasi, Nakshatra or Lakna? All right? So Rasi is your body. Nakshatra is your mind. Your Lakna is your journey. Okay? It's under your journey. So usually, if I'm not mistaken, it falls under Lakna because that is your prarabdha karma. All right? We got 3 types of karma. We got Sanchari karma, prarabdha karma and Kutta karma. Sanchari karma is that all the karma that accumulated for millions of births. Or in other words, now you are a soldier. All right. Okay. Now you have a gudang. Okay. If you have your own warehouse or what they call, in the house, what they call that? The place you put all your stuff. What do you call it?
Storeroom.
You have a storeroom. In your storeroom, you have a big spade. You have a slope. You got a small slope. You have things. You have all varieties of things. So that is what the full things is there. Everything A to Z is there. Now you are going to the garden. You see there is some weeds are growing. There's some grass are growing in your garden. All right. So that store is what they call all the things that you have, the entire thing in the store we call Sanchari Karma. All the things there. Now, what are you going to do? You're going to this, when you saw there's some grass growing, you go there and take a claw. You know the thing that you claw, you pick up all the small what they call unwanted plants. So you have everything, but you just particularly go and take the claw. Huh? What is it?
Weeds.
Weeds.
Unwanted plants.
Yeah. So you go to you take the claw, you take the claw. Taking the claw is called prarabdha karma. That means for this activity, what are you going to do? All right. Then you take the claw, then you go there, you see the actual thing that happening in front of you. That's a weed. And there's a thing that some weeds got a strong root, some weed is just above it. That means some weed you just can pull it. Some you really need to claw the thing, dig the thing, take the thing out. There's varieties. They're called kutta karma. Okay, there's 3 types. So now your sanchari karma is a big one. So once you take this birth in this thing, they call prarabdha karma. The prarabdha karma, the karma technically for you for this birth. All right. All right, technically. So in this birth, what is going to be your destination? From the day that you're born, the day you're going to die, what are the things you're going to do? What are the disease? What are the situations you're going to face? Everything is under prarabdha karma. Okay? Prarabdha. It's called under lakna. Then, what is happening now? Right? Say like, okay, now I'm listening. Now, now suddenly I'm falling sick. I'm having a condition. Now I'm experiencing. They call kutta karma. And where do you find kutta karma? You see in your palm. In your palm, you see, oh, now what is happening? That is what you're going to suffer or enjoy at this particular moment. You understand? So now what Krishna says in 7:14 is very, very assuring. Just think about it. Daivi Hesha Gunamai, these 3 guna means these three what they call material nature. It's not easy to overcome. Right? Mama Maya Durat Yaya. Right? So that means this consists in 3 material modes of material nature. It's difficult to overcome. Very difficult to overcome, Krishna says. Sanchari karma, prarabdha karma, kutta karma, no way. They ask you to go and do this kind of ritual, you do that kind of ritual, you burn this lamb. It doesn't work. But then Krishna says, very assuring. What he says? But those who have surrendered unto me, those people who have surrendered unto Krishna, they can easily cross beyond it. So these 3 modes of material nature is not easy. But those people who have surrendered unto Krishna, they can easily cross beyond it. Okay? If you have a Bhagavad Gita, take 7:14 and read the purport. See what Prabhupada says there. I'm not speculating. That's what Krishna says very clearly. Surrender unto him. How about? Yeah, all this prarabdha karma. All right? All the dosam, Naga dosam, Mangala dosam, and all this, because the world, see, dosam means what? In Malay, we call dosa. Dosa means what? Sin. So because of our sin, our karma, we have already fallen in this world. All right. Before we think I got this Naga dosam, I got this Mangala dosam, Anda dosam, but we must understand
Mangalya dosam.
Mangalya dosam, yes. All these things are there, but we must understand we are already in a place which is full of dosam. We are in a very inauspicious place. And how are we going to be very happy here? All right. So that's the thing. But Krishna says, but those who surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. So what else we need? All right. But all this, in Bhagavad Gita, the thing is until 7 to 18, we got another 11 chapters, right? From now, Krishna will increase your faith. All right. But after that, he give you the independence of choice. You like it or you don't like it? It's exact. Yes, Dinesh.
I have one question, which is I've been thinking about that for so long time, since we are talking about the rebirth and everything, right? Whenever we have a pulangal, right? Pulan means the whole of our body, yes, right? Whenever we are dead, our last, last spirit, best go through is the design. Is it we will rebirth or not? Something like last week, sometimes for my grandmother, it's her own experience. Whenever she passed away, I can hear her last breath from her body means she's come
Mhm.
out from the mouth.
Okay.
When the last breath is come out from the mouth, immediately before that, I think she's still alive because his body is very hot. Upon
Mhm.
I hear the last breath from her mouth, her body immediately become chill. I understand from there is her last breath.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever we think about that, I read some other things that whenever the last spirit go out from the mouth,
Mhm.
they in their past, I mean current life, they did good and bad karmas equally. That's why their last spirit come out from there. But how to some, let's say we since we have a hole in our ears, right? We didn't
Mhm.
know the how whether the from the ears we cannot see whether the spirit is coming out from there or not, correct or not. So how to to know this person, we are how to know that the spirit is coming out from the pulangal?
Okay. See, we have 9 holes in our body: 2 eyes, nose, mouth, ears, anus, and genital. So sometimes when the soul leaves through the mouth, as you said, you can see the sun like a tire punctured. You know, when the tire get punctured, like that. Sometimes it goes through the nose, sometimes it goes through the ears, sometimes it goes through the eyes, and sometimes it goes through the anus and genital. So the one who goes through the anal and genital, at the time, last moment, they used to pass stool or pass urine. So when they pass stool, that means you understand the soul left the body through the ass, so through the backside, right, to the anus, right? Or the urine, they goes through that through the genital. So whatever it is said and done, whichever way that soul leaves the body, all right, either you are on a royal route or maybe you are on a this thing, as long the devotee, the person is not engaging in this thing, so it doesn't make any difference. All right. Yes, of course, because there is also like she should have done something great in life. Like those days, people are very pious, very pious. They usually fast on Vaikunta Ekadasi and all this, they're done because all these pious people are experience these kind of things. Okay. So like but the question is, doesn't matter how the body, how the soul leaves the body. Okay, because Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is not going into that detail. He's just saying, how can you escape from these, from the situation of birth and death and come out of it for eternal, for good. Okay. So what was
So
another question
meaning,
you said? Yeah.
so meaning that it doesn't matter from which pulangal is come out from our spirit. Whenever we are chant about the Krishna, the last breath of the we are going to die, in this is
Mhm.
overcome over all the karmas. Is it like that?
Yes, correct. But of course, it doesn't happen last minute. It takes lifelong practice. It's very simple. Simply chant Hare Krishna. But in order for you to do that, you have to do a lifelong practice. It takes a long time practice. Right? One is long time practice. Second is also by the mercy of devotees who can come and chant. A lot of things are there. It's very technical, you know. There is a book called what they call Harinama Chintamani. And there's a commentary to Harinama Chintamani, and I forgot the name, by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. It's another big book. So it's a very, very complicated, detailed things. But for a beginning, so that's the thing. So it is just, that's why Krishna says, that's why in Bhagavad Gita, because now you're in chapter 7, all right, when you go through 8, 9, you start to have lot of realization. Because here we are not trying to convince anyone. We are just trying to present Krishna's message as it is. And people, that's why in chapter 18, Krishna says, I have told you whatever I'm supposed to tell you, it's up to you to take it or leave it. So it's like that. But anyway, that it doesn't matter how a person dies. There's a lot of technical things, and the technicality of death, funeral, after death, travel. It takes some take 45 minutes, some take some takes 3 hours, then 7 days, 30 days, and 1 year. And what is that? The journey. And the journey, who takes the person? Yamadutta. And how the Yamadutta looks like. They got the hand which is full of all what they call all with what they call nails. All right. So they whack, they slap, they pull the thing. So, and that's why they do lots of ritual. They do the ritual, they do Brahmana Dharma, like for instance, they go and do this Brahmana, feeding the cow. All right. Then after that, they look for a Brahmana, they give them donation, they feed them, they do lots of service to reduce the karma so that on the way, their journey can be very smooth. All right. Some will reach that hellish region in 3 hours, 7 days, 30 days, or 1 year. So after the thing reach there, they go to there's two part of that Yamaraj place. The place, one is the front door and the back door, the east and the west. So the east door, Yamaraj will just stop all his guests and everything. But the west door is a place where he come and give punishment. So east door, he look handsome. The west door, he come and put up his very ghastly form and he punish. That's when all the things will come and give you evidence. After that death, they do the ceremony, they call Yavayu, Chandra, all this kind of ritual. Why? So that they give a very favorable witness to that. So when you all look at all this, is so complicated. All this mentioned in Garuda Purana. When you read Garuda Purana, you're going to have a sleepless night. All right. You go into terrible trauma. All right. So all that are not important actually. We have passed through that so many lifetime. For millions of births, we have died and born. We have died in many varieties of ways. That's why sometimes you see men are not afraid of death. That's why you see crazy fellas are riding mad like on a motorbike, drive car fast. They do daredevil act. They can become a soldier. All these are daredevils because they have died so many times. That's no big deal. Right? But the most scariest part is old age and disease. The old age and disease is so terrible, so painful. So you have a choice to put all this a full stop in this very birth itself, not to be born again and not to get stuck again in another material body and go through the suffering again and again and again and again. So that's what Krishna is trying to explain in Bhagavad Gita. All right. I read Garuda Purana, maybe a first portion of it. And after that, I said, this book is totally nonsense. Why? It's explained in detail. That's why it's mentioned around 64,000 hells. 64,000, yes. 64,000 varieties of hell. 24 principal hell. Right? So everything is sinful actually. If you wake up, this thing, if you without brushing teeth, you go and see somebody, or without brushing teeth, you drink water. So every step that we take is all sin. Everything there's so many ways that you can be sin, right? But of course, the sin that is very prominent, like eating meat, right, and drinking alcohol and all these things, smoking and gambling and all these things is a principle that can be seen. So when you really look at it, you just become like a Jain la. Close your mouth and you go to sleep as you walk, and you become Jain, like Jain monk. They totally naked. They don't want to wear anything. They don't want to entangle to anything. Even being naked also is a sin. All right. Krishna say, okay, we will study this as we go on. The next birth, these people take birth as a tree. So when you see, everything is terrible. So that's why Krishna is suggesting. Because Arjuna was in a situation where he need to fight the war and he have no time to listen to the philosophy. He's in trauma. So that's why Krishna says, this is what you're supposed to know. And by knowing this, you can work to liberate yourself. All right. So what we can understand from here, but those who have surrendered unto me, this is very, very important. All right. What is that advantage? All right. Am I doing some kind of MLM business? You come to Krishna conscious, you get somebody? No. Or am I doing some kind of evangelic work, converting people? No. I know devotees who want to say, after they say, I want to convert. I say, nobody convert to Hare Krishna. It's a way of life. It's just a change of your consciousness. Your life is as normal, but you change of your consciousness. When you can do that, they can easily cross beyond the situation. So now Krishna is explaining what are the two types of people. What are the people who never surrender and what are the people who will surrender. Okay, now let's look at the people who never surrender. All right, the atheistic people. All right, that means namam duskritino mudaha. Duskritino means grossly foolish, extremely foolish. Prapatyante naradama maya partanyana asuram bhavam ashrita. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish. Sorry, miscreant. Duskritino means miscreants. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, that means extremely stupid, extremely foolish, who are lowest among mankind. Among the mankind, they are considered the lowest, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion. Their knowledge has been stolen by illusion, and who partake in the atheistic nature, who are atheists, all right, atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. So what are the atheists that we can see now? Like we see that Stalin in Indian Chief Minister Tamil Nadu, and the son, all right, I don't know what is the son's name, right? So then we talk about that Periyar. All these people are cursed, and these are the people who are grossly foolish miscreants, and their knowledge is stolen by illusion. Okay, and they are atheists and they are demon in nature. So these are the people who will never surrender to me, Krishna says. But at the same time, who are the people who surrender to me? Chaturvida. Chaturvida means 4 types. Bhajante mam chaturvida, bhajante mam janasu krittino arjuna, artho jignasu artarti jnani cha bharadarsabha. So now Krishna explains here, oh best of Maradas, 4 kinds of pious men begin to render devotional service to me. These 4 types of people. Who? The distress. Those people are very distressed. Okay, like when you see the elephant here, what moksha? Gajendra moksha. This Gajendra is in so much of distress. So when a person can be distressed, right? When they are stuck, when the time of death, or they get some dread disease, they are terribly diseased. Then those who are like in a very awkward position, okay, life and death position, distress. These are the people very distressed. So these are the people. The second is desire for wealth. Those people who desire for wealth, okay, they want property, they want wealth and everything. So the desire for the wealth. Then third is inquisitive, the one who asks question. Because here we ask you to ask question. We are not asking you to become a blind follower. You must ask question. Everything question. Even when you meet a spiritual master, what is this thing? Not simply fall at the feet and massage the feet. Your job is to ask question. Whenever you go and meet a sadhu, you know, if you go to place of pilgrimage, you go to Vrindavan, Mayapur, and all these places, like, Siestan is going to go. So these are the places you go, not simply see everything and come back. But of course, Siestan is very fortunate because his Holiness Bhakti Vigna Vinasa Narasimha Maharaj is following. So that means you need to ask question. Because in I think in Gita, no, I think in Bhagavatam it says, a place of pilgrimage you go, you don't meet any sadhus, you don't ask question or don't associate with them. That place is considered the place of pilgrimage for the crows. The crow, kaka, all the kaka get together. It's wasting time. That's why some people, if you all want to go to India, make sure you choose one place and go and pay attention to that place. Don't go on a marathon. Go there, 5 minutes, you go to the next one. No, it's wasted. It's a place of pilgrimage for the crows. So every place you go, you must ask question. You must, especially with sadhu, you must ask question very submissively and get some knowledge. All right, so inquisitive is very, very important. Then the 4th one, the one who's searching for knowledge. Knowledge is absolute. Who is God? Who is Krishna? This is this thing, the comparative. So these are the 4 people who surrenders to Krishna, and these are the very fortunate people. 18. But after that, he says, Udara Sarva Evaiti. Before that, now it's already Krishna. It's already 11. Is it okay? We just overshoot by 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Is it okay? Is that fine for everyone?
I'm
Okay,
okay.
Prabhu.
Right, huh? Okay. My God, talking about Krishna, I just feel maybe the weather. So, Udara Sarva Evaiti Jnani Tvamaitvatmevatam Astita Sahi Yuktatma Mam Eva Nuttamam Gatim. Right. So what Krishna says here? He says, all these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous. Who are the people? The 4 types of people. Okay. They are undoubtedly magnanimous soul. That means they are great. But he who is situated in knowledge, I mean, all the people who are suffering from disease, dying, losing wealth, these are the people are considered magnanimous. They are great. But Krishna says, but he who is situated in knowledge of me. All right, that means those people who really knowledge of me, that means who have studied the Vedas, understand Krishna in and out, I consider just like my own self. Can you imagine? Udara, sarva eva jnani tvatmaiva. Jnani means knowledge. Atmaiva, me. Atmaiva is true soul, me matam. All right. So, emam eva nuttamam gatim. So, means consider just like my own self. Okay, when you start to know Krishna, you start to love him, you start to talk about him, you study about him, you are just, Krishna says, you are just like my own self. So being engaged in my transcendental service, when you start to engage in his service, transcendental service, is sure to attain me. And what is that? The highest and most perfect goal. We have so much of goal in life, right? I want to be this, I want to be that. But what is that highest and perfect goal? Is to attain Krishna and not to be born again in this material world. This is not a place for us. It's nasty. It's ghastly. Right now, you see the Taliban floods are in Malaysia. I don't know what is our prime minister and the host of ministers are thinking. They are insane. Right? They bring all the Taliban floods and start to show them all the places. I don't know, stupid floods. Right? So that means this is what is happening. Are you in control? And do you want to born again and going to encounter all these things? No. So we have to think carefully what actually we want in life. So the real reason is get out from here and never return. All right. And Krishna says how to do that. Okay. Now, this is again, as I said, the yoga level. Remember, first we start with karma yoga. Okay. Then first we go to jnana yoga. That means we study about that. Then we go to Astanga yoga, eightfold yoga system. Then at last we go to bhakti yoga. But now, by this process of Krishna recommends, so what you can do from karma yoga, you can straightaway jump to bhakti yoga. So the advantage of straight going to bhakti yoga, you're considered you have already perfected Astanga yoga, you already perfected Jnana yoga. That's why I say those person who becomes a devotee, even is imperfect, just starting to become a devotee. That means, you know what? He had already perfected Jnana and already perfected Astanga. You already perfected these two systems. And that's why you can come to this bhakti. If not, it's not possible. All right? Or secondly, you can straightaway come to bhakti by the mercy of devotees. Some or other devotee convince you with knowledge. All right? By doing that, you come to bhakti. So now if I come to bhakti, what happened to Astanga and Jnana? Is considered bonus, you have already got it. The benefit of this is already done. You have already considered done, you got it. All right? So one is through our previous birth, or second is by the mercy of the devotees. So either one of these things, you'll get opportunity to straightaway jump from karma straight to bhakti. Okay? Now, so 19. Okay? So now this is very important verse. I hope that you all can note this 7:19 and start to memorize if possible. Bahunam janmanam ante jnana vamam prapatyante vasudeva sarvam itti sa mahatma sudurlabha. Bahunam janmanam. Janmanam means very, very many birth. Jnanavan. Jnana means knowledge. Mam, me. Knowledge of me. Prapatyante. Vasudeva. Krishna is known as Vasudeva. Right? Everybody knows Krishna is Vasudeva. Sarvamiti. Sarva means everything. Everything is Vasudeva. Iti means here. Sa Mahatma. Mahatma means a great soul. Sudurlabha. Let's see. After many, many birth and death. Bahunam, Janmanam. Many, many birth. Bahu means birth, Janmanam. Okay? And death. He who is actually in knowledge. The one who are actually in knowledge. Surrenders unto me. Knowing me to be the cause of all causes. Sarva Karana Karanam. And all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. So now Krishna is going to explain what is that great soul and what is the process to surrender to him. So now in Bhagavad Gita says very clearly. Can you find that in any other scriptures? This is after many, many births. We have gone through so many births, right? 8.4 million lifetime. And those who really actually knowledge, those who really have knowledge. That means, what is that knowledge? They do comparative study, not a blind study. Comparative. Now this, are you sure? Then this, compare. In order to do comparative study, you must be good in one subject first. Study the Bhagavad Gita very thoroughly. From this, try to understand others. Is it true? You'll be surprised. Right? So, knowing me to be the cause of all causes, that means everything happening to us, prarabdha, sanchari, and all this death, all this what they call disease, all that suffering, torture, whatever things we are going through, Krishna is the cause. He is the cause of all causes. All right, he says that. So, such a great soul is very rare. 23. Then after that, Krishna continues. Antavattu palam tesham tad bhavatyalpa medasa devan devo yajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. Antavattu palam tesham tad bhavati alpa medasya. Alpa medasa nanade. Alpana less. Alpa dhanama nadikra. Alpa medasa. Medasana medavi. Alright. So it says, man of small intelligence. I mean, a person who have less intelligence worship the demigods. And their fruits are limited and temporary. Okay. What does that mean? The people who have less intelligence, who don't have proper grown-up intelligence, it's not to say they're stupid, right? You say less intelligent, that means they're less informed. These are the people who worship the demigods, the devas. So what happened? Their fruit are limited. The benefit that do is limited and temporary. Okay. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of the demigods. Those who worship the devas will go to the planet of the devas. But my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. So Devan Devo Yajo Yanti Mat Bhakta. Mat means me. Bhakta means my devotee. Yanti Mamapi. They achieve me. So what he says. So example, when you see Hiranyakasipu. Hiranyakasipu did a severe meditation, extreme meditation. And Lord Brahma gave him boon. All right. The Lord Brahma says, okay, I give you the boon. And the boon never lasted. Narasingha came and killed him. And Lord Ravana was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. All right. He got the boon from Lord Shiva. And one of the boon that he got, whenever he called Lord Shiva will appear. Shiva, ting, Lord Shiva will appear. Right. One of the 7 Rudra means Amsa, the Lord Shiva is saying. One of the 11 Rudra is Hanuman. But the same Amsa of Lord Shiva in the form of Hanuman, who became a servant of Lord Ram, came to Ravana to kill him and warned him. Right? The same. So that time, at that moment, when Lord Ram came and he called upon Lord Shiva, he says, no, come. He said, no, I can't help you now. All right? So these are the things. So any boon that we get from the devas, actually is not to say this thing, but is limited and temporary. All right? They're limited and temporary. And those who worship them, they go to their planets of them. Of course, when you go to Brahma Loka, I think we have not talked about his Brahma's life. We study as we go on, the Brahma's lifetime. So you go there, when the Brahma dies, all right, and everything, this thing, and we also follow that. All right, but he says, but my devotees ultimate reach my supreme planet. The place that we go, we will never return. All right. 725. Nahang prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavrata mudoyang nabijanati loko mam ajam avyayam. I'm never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent, Krishna says. All right. For them, I'm covered by my internal potency. Okay. Those who are foolish and unintelligent, they cannot understand. That's why, like, I think, I'm not sure who asked her, why in South India, they don't really worship Lord Krishna. Was it here or someone in my another class they asked? Why they do not ask, why they don't worship this thing? Because the Maya has covered them. We cannot generalize, says that the entire South Indian don't worship Krishna. There are. You know? And what is the name of Krishna in South India? Kanna or Malan, Malan, M-A-L-O-N, M-A-L-L-O, Mallan. The old grammatic Tamil, there's the word Mallan. Right? So they all worshipping them. Right? It's nothing. But for those who are less intelligent people, Krishna says, I'll cover myself. And therefore, they do not know that I am unborn and infallible. So these are the people who do not know his glories. He covers himself, right? And 28, he says, Yesam tvanta gatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva moha nirmukta bhajante mam drida vrata yesam tvananta gatam papam. All the sins that destroyed. Jananam, many birth, punya, pious, karmanam, activity, te dvandva moha, last, nirmukta, all gone. Bhajante, worship, mam means me, drida vrata. Person who acted piously in previous life. And in this life, whose sinful action has completely eradicated. All right, gatam papam. So completely eradicated and freed from duality of delusion. And they engage themselves in my service with determination. So these people will serve me with full. Bhajante mam drida vrata. Vrata means vridam. Vrata, very, very determined. Bhajante means worship me with full determination. And in 30, Krishna also continued. Sadi bhutadi daivam mang sadi yaknam cha ye vidu prayana kale pichamam te vidur yukta chetasam. But after that, Krishna says, the last verse, those in full consciousness of me, who knows me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principle of the material manifestation of the demigods and all the methods of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death. So what we understand from here. So those in full consciousness of him, that means those who conscious, right? They are very conscious of him, who know him as the Supreme Lord, okay? Then to be the governing principle, the one who governs all the material manifestation of the demigods, right? Okay, what is that material manifestation? Like Vayu. Vayu means Vayu. Varuna is water. Indra, rain. Agni, fire. Bhumi, earth. Then Kandarpa, all right? All these, okay, there's a lot of things, okay? So, Kadarpa. So, all these things are, there's 33 million of them, all right? So, of all, then it's a manifestation of the demigods and all method of sacrifice. What we can, all method of sacrifice, any sacrifice that we do, any fire sacrifice we do, either in any temple, like Murugan temple, Vinayagar temple, wherever this thing we do, everything is the, what they call, enjoyer. That's why the word we call Swaha. Swaha means the tongue of Vishnu. We are feeding into the tongue of Vishnu, right? So the one enjoyer of all method of sacrifice can understand and know me. These are the people can understand and know him. Because Krishna wants you to know him. Who is he? His childhood pastime. As a baby, how naughty he was. How cute he was. And what are the wonders he thinks. How he killed Putana by drinking the breast milk. Right? How he gave pleasure to that gopis by breaking their pot. And why, the mother Yasoda tried to tie her in the motta, they tied the rope, couldn't tie her. And at last, she started crying and he allowed her to tie her. Imagine God get tied. Right? Then after that, he pulled the motta. Then he break the two Asoka tree, palm fell down. Who came out? Kuvera and Nala Kuvera and Nala Kuvera. Manigriva. Kuvera, Nala Kuvera and Manigriva. Who are these two people? They're the sons of Kuberan. You know Kuberan? The money god. Kuberan. The sons of Kuberan, they were cursed by Narada and they become a tree. And Lord Krishna went and pump, both tree fell down and they come back to this thing. Right? Then after that, he left to this thing and he break the pot and he take the thing, he give all to all the monkeys, just like that. Then after that, when he became a young boy, right? He go and take the soil and put into the mouth. The mother say, hey, why are you eating the sand? Naughty. Mother scold, go and take the sand and put. Have you seen like children will do the same thing, right? Then after that, he became a young boy. Then after that, he was like going and disturbing girls. All right. All the girls will be doing Kartiyayani Vrata to pray for a good husband. Kartiyayani Vrata. So all the girls will be sitting and praying, like the month of Margali. Right? What we do, young girls will do, she'll put column, rangoli in front of the house. Why? So every house that have unmarried girl, they put a rangoli just to show that there's a young girl here for marriage. Then after that, of course, to invite the husband like Krishna to the house. So like that. So these girls all go and pray the Kartiyayani prayer, the Kartiyayani Devi. They go and pray to Kartiyayani Devi and then Krishna will be just looking, hey, what are you doing? They do the prayer, palm, he disturbed. So he go and disturb the girls. Then after that, he had a Rasalila. Then after that, he had so much of beautiful pastime. Then he carried the mountain. He did all the pastimes. Then after that, he went to Dwaraka. He killed his uncle Kamsa. Then he became the king of Dwaraka. Then after that, he married so many wives. Then every wife, he separated himself. Fantastic pastime, never ending pastime. You can go on talking and talking and talking and talking. In Vishnu, there's, when Vishnu lies down on a snake, there's a Naga hoot. There are millions and millions of hoot there. And all of them are singing his glories. From the day one until now, still cannot end. They keep just go on singing the glories. So like that. So that means we understand. So when we start to understand, we become so absorbed in his thinking and everything. So at the final moment of time, when a person is choking, all right, choking for breath and all this, all the situation, he could just be sober because he understands. Because for a devotee, death is exciting. Right. So death is exciting means what? That means they know the time that they have to give up this body in order to go to Goloka, to go to that spiritual world. Sometimes they just can't wait for it. All right. So when the time comes, they say, yes, now the time has come. I cannot breathe. I can feel something. I can immediately absorb all my senses. And I just remember my spiritual master, remember my Srila Prabhupada as a guru, and remember all that previous Acharya with their blessings. Then remember Krishna and remember the Bhagavad Gita, that what you have studied, that you are not this body, you know, what are the things. Then after that, you just chant Krishna's name. Pop, when the body dies, you immediately transfer to Goloka Vrindavan. That's why Krishna says, and this is the topic that's going to be discussed from 18 to 18. What are the methods? Krishna going to not give you only one method. He's going to give you varieties of method. How you can perfect yourself step by step without being under pressure. So take the RDC formula. All right. Chant Hare Krishna, read Bhagavad Gita daily, distribute Bhagavad Gita and chant Hare Krishna at least 16 rounds. You start to see how your life will be transformed. Okay. So it's 18 minutes overshoot. So sorry for overshooting because we had so much of questions and answer. Thank you so much for the questions. When one person asks a question, other person learn. Right? It's something benefit. So we want you to ask more and more questions. So anyway, is there any questions? Any comment? How do you find the class? Was it too heavy? I think I think I gave it was quite heavy. How about you?
Yes, Prabhu, a bit heavy, especially on the death side, lah. That mystic science.
No, that side is no. But I'm talking about the philosophically, was it heavy? Oh, a bit heavy. All right. Oh my God. In which way, Kesavan? I need to improve myself. Sometimes I can get carried away. The last part. Oh, okay. Understand. Okay. The last part. All right. The last part is supposed to be in the chapter 18. I spoke in the 17th chapter before. All right. Okay, sure. How about others? Yes, Dineshwari, you want to say something? Okay. How about Rusan Mataji?
Heavy, but we need to see again the video.
Yes. Of course. No problem. Yeah. Rusan Mataji, you want to say something?
Quite difficult, you know. We are not born to be learned by inner energy, learned by God. We are educated by the external part. So when we surrender to the God, sometimes Maya will slap us so badly, you know. How could we know we are doing the good way or in the bad way or black way?
All right. Very nice question, Mataji. Thank you so much. See, Maya is there around you. Right? So that's why we say, as long as you just go on reading a Bhagavad Gita, you know, and I'm very happy to see that you're having two Bhagavad Gita with you, Chinese and English, and you're doing comparative, you're really doing detailed studies. It's very good. Then you chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and just depend on Krishna, depend on Guru, depend on Prabhupada for now, because you don't have a Guru yet. Just depend on Prabhupada. Just go on. Don't worry how the Maya going to attack you. All right. Just like sometimes you're even in your normal work, you know, you're doing something, there'll be a lot of disturbance, like, you know, say you're working, suddenly one car will be driving, pow, pow, pow. There are a lot of disturbance are there. But you just carry on with your job. So similarly like that. Don't worry how the Maya going to attack you, how the thing attacking you, and you do not need to know that actually. Just leave it and just carry on. Just depend on Prabhupada and read your Bhagavad Gita, study. I like the way that you study. And you just chant Hare Krishna and you start to see how your life will transform. That's what Krishna says.
I have no resources for Chinese. All is
Yeah.
English. Tamil.
But you have a Chinese Gita, right? That day you showed me, I think I saw somewhere.
Yeah,
Did you send me the photo? I think, did you send me the photo or someone showed me?
I send you the photo.
You send me, right. You're having one Chinese Bhagavad Gita and English, and you're doing, it's okay. Just do according to your nature. We do not need to imitate. All right. And secondly, we do not need to rush. Oh, now I know already, I need to rush. No. In Chinese, we call kanchong. Okay. Don't be kanchong. Just take your every baby step. Because Krishna says, your effort, Krishna knows. And the way that we're going to go back home is all depends on Krishna, how you're going to plan for you. So your desire is you want to go back home to Godhead, that you don't want to be born again. And secondly, you want to understand Krishna as much as you can. That's why Krishna says, I will bring the intelligent, right? In chapter 10, Chatusloki. All right, we'll study that as we go. I think, remember, you were there in the class, right? The 4 slokas. Aham prava prabaso. Right? So he said, I will come and give you the understanding. And I will come and with the torch of knowledge, I'll remove the darkness born of ignorance. Remember that? The Chatusloki?
Yeah, yeah.
I remember that. So no worries. Just relax. Just do what you can do. And don't feel that I'm doing it wrong. Because you're guided. All right. Nothing is you are doing it wrong. Your effort in this bhakti is good. Like some people, they say, oh, do I really need to become a vegetarian to do that? Do I need to give up? No, it's not necessary. Because you must understand the desire to eat meat is a very strong desire. And desire to drink alcohol is very strong desire. Right? But suddenly, oh, I know, I have to give. No, it doesn't work that way. We want you to give up everything. All right. So we want you to give up everything. But how are you going to give up? Go on chanting. Once you get your higher taste, your lower taste will go by itself. The example I say, once upon a time, I might have lived in an estate house or in a wooden house in a kampong. Now I'm staying in a double-story house. All right. So now if I want to go back to that place, I can visit, but I can never stay there. So similarly, once you get a higher taste, the mundane taste will go. So just pray to Krishna, just chant your Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, just go on reading your Bhagavad Gita, and you start to see how your life will start transforming. So once you see your life get transformed, everything will go by itself. So when something goes by itself naturally, that's when the habit lasts. If not, even Krishna says, giving up all the habit, but still your mind dwelling in that, you are a pretender. Okay?
Yeah, agree.
Yeah. So don't worry. Sumitra, 3 modes of material nature, meaning, all right, the 3 modes of material nature, 714, he says, okay, 3 mode of material nature means there's a 3 mode. That means first mode is mode of goodness, second is mode of passion, third is mode of ignorance. There's a 3 mode. So these 3 mode of material nature is the topic that Krishna is going to speak from 8 until the last 18. All right. So this is the topic that Krishna will go very detailed. So now it's just like an overview Krishna is giving here. The food in mode of goodness, the food, the character, all right, the habit, even the charity that you give, the charity, the mode of goodness, the charity mode of ignorance, the charity mode of passion, even the charity, even the yagya that you do, sacrifice that you do, everything going to be covered because the 3 mode of material nature is the most important thing. All right. So today we have already done chapter 7. So tomorrow is going to be chapter 8. And the chapter 8, the title is Attaining the Supreme. All right. So now the question is, how can I attain the Supreme? So he says, by remembering Lord Krishna in devotional throughout one's life, and especially at this time of death, one can attain the Supreme abode beyond the material world. All right. So that means, so tomorrow is going to be a very, very important topic, chapter 8. So I hope that please don't miss it. And I try not to get carried away. So maybe Vivan can help me. Prabhu, you're going far away. So you can pull me back, Vivan. You can help me to pull me. All right. So anyway, whatever that we speak is not this, is all inspired by the Guru and all this thing. So you can go back to the video if you want to learn more. If you have any question, you can, I can ask in the group. All right. So it's already 11:30. So I hope there's no more question. So we end the session here. So whatever I've said, if I've offended anyone, please kindly forgive me because I'm simply repeating what I've heard from my spiritual master and all the entire preceptor. Nothing is of my own opinion, but the way I presented, maybe according to that, the localized flavor. Till then, have a beautiful day. I wish you all a fantastic Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday, Ekadasi. Try to fast. How we fast on Ekadasi? Very simple. Just become fruitarian. We don't eat grains and nothing. We just become fruit diet. All right. Just eat fruits and stay calm and happy. It's good for yourself. It's good for your digestion. All right. Till then, have a wonderful day. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhyevacha paditanam pavinibhyo vaishnavebhayo namo namah. Hare Krishna. Have a nice day. Bye.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you very much.
Gauranga.